Hello everyone. Welcome to another session from Tech Canvas. Myself, Kanika Kucheria, will talk on today's topic, what is static variables and static methods in Java. First, let's understand what is static and its usage in Java programming. Static is a keyword which is used for memory management in Java. It can be used with variables, methods, blocks, and classes. By using static keyword, we can share the same variable or method among all the instances of a class. Let's understand its usage in more detail. First, we'll talk about static variables, also called as static members. Static variables are created and initialized when the class is first loaded. By this, we mean either we refer the static member or when we create the instance of the class, whichever comes first. Static member can be accessed without creating the instance of a class. For example, as shown in the image on the right-hand side, here I have a class called myStaticVarDemo. It has a static variable called count. So here in this printBook class, I'm just calling it as myStaticVarDemo.count. That is the class name dot the variable name. So there is no need of creating an object of the class before referring the variable. The value of the static member is same across all the instances of the class. This is explained in the diagram below. I have a class for which I have created two objects, object 1 and object 2. This class has two variables. Variable 1 is non-static and variable 2 is static. If I do any changes in variable 1 for object 1, those changes are not reflected for object 2. It has its own copy of the variable 1. But variable 2 is shared among both the instances or the objects of the class. So if I make any change in variable 2 with respect to object 1, those changes are also reflected to object 2. I hope that is clear. Static variables can be accessed directly by the class name, as shown in the previous example. So class name dot variable name. And how we need to declare that static variable? That syntax is shown here. So public static int count. So this is my variable name. This is the data type. This is a keyword and this is the keyword for the visibility. So I can use public, private according to the usage. Let's see a demo for static variables. In this demo, we have two classes, the varDemo class and the printBook class. In the varDemo class, we have two variables, count, which is a static member, and book name, which is a non-static member. In this constructor, we are passing the book name and then printing the count of that book. In the printBook class, let's see how we are accessing the members of the varDemo class. So here on line number 8, we can see that we have not created any object of varDemo class yet. Still, I can access the member count by just using class name dot the variable name. I have created two objects to pass the book names in the constructor. Here I am printing the book name. So here we can see that book name we can access only by object name dot the variable name, because book name is a non-static variable. Now let's see the output of this program. Here the welcome message is printed. Then the initial count has come as 0 because in varDemo class we have initialized the variable as 0. Then the total count has been increased by 1 and then 2 because the static member was shared among both the objects of the class. And the final count has also come as true. So this was about the static member or the static variable and its usage in Java programming. Now we will talk about static method. Like static variables, static methods are associated with the class itself and not with the object of the class. So there is no need of object instantiation of the class to use the static method. The best example of a static method is the main method in Java. We don't have to create the object of the class to use that method. In a static method, we can access only the static data. For example, as shown in the image here, in this class, we have this main method which is static. We have two variables, A which is static and B which is non-static. In the main method, we can access the variable A, but if we try to access the variable B, it shows an error because in the static method, we cannot access the non-static member. Hope it is clear now. Let's see the syntax of static method. So if we want to define a static method, we have to use the static keyword in the method definition. And how we can access it? Just by using the class name dot method name. The static method can call only the other static methods and not the non-static methods. In this image shown below, we have the static method called main. Here I have two other methods, show data and print data. Show data is a non-static method, while print data is a static method. So in this main method, if I access print data, it has no problem because the print data method is a static method itself. But if I try to call show data method, it gives an error because the non-static method cannot be accessed in a static method. Let's see a demo for static method now. In this example, we have two classes, methoddemo.java and printmethoddemo.java. These classes are extension of the example that was shown in demo for static variables. In methoddemo.java, we have again two variables, count and bookname, like in the previous example. One is static and other is non-static. Then we have two methods, getBookName, which is a non-static method. It returns the value of the book name. And second is getCount method, which is a static method, and it returns the value of the count. In this class of print method demo, we are accessing the members and methods of methoddemo.java. Let's see what happens. In line number 8, we can see we are calling or accessing the method that is a static method of methoddemo class just by using class name dot method name. We have not created any object for this. Then we have created two objects, object 1 and object 2. The non-static methods are accessed by the usual way of object dot method name. Then we are printing the final count. Now here we have executed the program and here is the output. So first is the welcome message, then the initial count, then the total count, then the book name, and then the final count. So I hope now that the concept of static variable and static method is much clear to you now. Thanks for hearing us. Keep tuned for more videos on Tech Canvas.